So good mid-morning, everyone. My name is Nick Jiles, and I'm a manager at Realize California. And we are a think tank, and we look to scale transformative change in the energy system, which includes building electrification. So that's new construction and retrofits. As Ivana mentioned, I am joined today by my colleague, Gigi Merkel from the Association for Energy Affordability. And today we're going to discuss some of the tenant components of our retrofit program for affordable, deed-restricted rental housing. I know folks have been wondering what are the differences, and have asked some great questions around financing and some of the other differences between deed restricted and non-deed restricted. So we'll quickly talk about some of those and hopefully be able to connect with folks where there's some nexus afterwards. So again, I'll provide a quick overview of the program and then hand things off to Gigi where they will speak specifically about some of the tenant materials in our pilots. Okay. So at Realize, we like to consider ourselves building necromancers of sorts, meaning we seek to reanimate dead buildings, and we're trying to do so through the development of prefabricated retrofit packages that are quick and easy to install, as well as affordable for both building owners and tenants opting to live in healthier housing. On this slide, you'll see 5 of the core principles of our vision for Realize California. Our program is supported by funding from the U.S. Department of Energy, the California Energy Commission, and various federal, state, and agency incentives. So folks were wondering, at least on the deed restricted side, we do play what I would refer to as finance or subsidy Jenga on our projects. So as you'll see later in the presentation, our pilots leverage funding from a number of sources. So our projects seek to test new technologies or emerging tech, as well as our tenant experience tools, while organizing the supply chain to develop more integrated retrofit systems across the affordable rental housing market. For folks that aren't familiar, Realize is inspired by Energy Sprong, and Energy Sprong is a net zero energy retrofit program which began in the Netherlands. It also utilizes prefabricated facades, including insulated wall panels and roofing with integrated PV, as well as smart heating, ventilation, and cooling systems. Energy Sprong retrofits come with performance warranties on both energy and indoor climate for up to 40 years, and their retrofits can be completed in less than 10 days and are generally financed by future energy cost savings, planned maintenance, and repairs over a 30-year period. Okay, on this slide, you'll see both of our program's current retrofit packages. Each package contains all electric appliances and can be tailored to include panelized wall assemblies, roof systems with integrated PV, dual system mechanical pods that integrate HVAC and domestic hot water, as well as high performance windows and HRVs. Packages can also be tailored to a building owner's budget. And the main difference between our packages right now is that option A does not include wall envelope improvements, such as the prefab wall panels we're testing in our Southern California pilot demonstration. It's important to note that our demonstrations are driven by research objectives, which measure factors like energy performance, installation time, tenant experience, and market readiness of the emerging technologies. And this is what I was waiting to get to here, because folks have been asking about financing. So on this slide, you'll see one of the tools that we believe would equitably allow tenants to participate in building decarbonization programs. It's referred to as tariffed on bill, or TOB, and it allows for a utility to pay for cost-effective building energy improvements, such as heating and cooling units, and to recover these costs for improvements over time through a dedicated charge on the utility bill that is immediately less than the estimated savings of the improvements. The tariff on bill model differs from on bill loans and repayment models in that tariffs are not a loan, but rather a utility investment for which cost recovery is tied to the meter according to terms established in a utility tariff. Tariff on bill programs have been successfully implemented in 8 states by 18 utilities from Hawaii to New Hampshire, including investor-owned, cooperative, and municipal utilities. However, we're still in the process of trying to determine which tariffed on-bill programs that were submitted this summer from the IOUs to the CPUC as part of their clean energy finance proceedings will receive pilot funding. And as you'll notice, RMI submitted recommendations to the agency where we were advocating specifically for both building owner and tenant program inclusion, as well as tenant protections and savings and performance requirements. And with that, I'd like to thank you for your time and attention and hand things off to my colleague, Gigi. He's going to talk a little bit more about the tenant benefits and tenant experience in real life.